Hello everyone, I'm here to do the reading for Virgo for the month of April 2019. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising. It's a general reading. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, then it doesn't. So see if it works for you. Don't take it to the heart. If it doesn't, maybe this particular reading was not meant for you if it doesn't resonate. Alright, let's see what's the energies coming for Virgo in the month of April. While I was pre-shuffling your cards, there were so many cards wanting to pop out. Like every shuffle was like something jumping off the deck. But it was way too fast, so I allowed to more shuffling. So Virgo, I hope you are well. Alright, a lot coming up suddenly. Okay, not that many. So we have the Knight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Beautiful. What else do we have for Virgo for the for the month of April 2019? An interesting month this April. Let's see what April brings for my dear Virgo. Now they're shy. Alright, we have the Chariot here. Beautiful. I really love the Chariot energy. And there you go, Justice. Justice. Bottom of the deck, you have Four of Swords. This is the underlying energy, and this is like working with this energy, right? But all of this happens based on this underlying energy. It's like your theme, right? So your theme for this month of April seems to be that you need to rest your mind a little bit. And it makes sense given that you have this Knight of Swords here, which seems to be like very charging fast and moving fast towards moving fast. I think just that your mind is really, really agitated and it's very restless, you know, and is trying to find out some sort of truth, whether it's your personal truth having to do with who you are into the world, or whether it's truth about some situation in your life. I think your mind is really sharpening up and moving really, really fast, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that sometimes, because we are so keen to go with this energy, sometimes it can end up being a little bit too much, and we can get a little bit lost into our own thoughts. We can get a little bit restless and a little bit ruthless. This night is all about communication, it's all about speaking one's truth, but it can be a little bit cruel, as in like not really caring about people's emotions and people's sometimes it's not enough to just be right, it can also be kind. Yeah, but yeah, let's pull out some clarifiers. Let's see what this is all about before we get deeper into the story. I don't want to move on. It's this Page of Swords. This is really coming about communication here, and about mental clarity, and about some sort of truth in your life. All right, so we have the Judgment card with the King of Pentacles. Wow. Alright, so we have the Two of Cups and the Seven of Wands, and bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Swords to go along with your theme. You may have a lot of air in your chart as well. There's so much air energy here, Virgo, but it definitely, there's matters of the mind that trouble you right now, or that concern you. I mean, look at your theme. It's like rest your mind, and you have this Queen of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords is an energy of like mental clarity and clear boundaries and communication. She's the mother of ideas. She's but she's a feminine energy. She's driven by the drive of the heart. So even though she's a bit cold as opposed to the other queens, which tend to be more nurturing, she's like probably the least nurturing or the least mothery in that term of nurturing mother. From all the queens, but it doesn't mean that she's driven by other stuff but the heart. The kings are driven by the drive of necessity, but the queens, it's matters of the heart. So in this case, it has to do with mind and emotions, mind and heart. And she knows what her heart desires, and she's doing everything that she needs to communicate that clearly and sharply, but very how to call that, like, she's protecting herself, and she's protecting the ones she cares about. She can easily communicate her boundaries, and she can easily cut off anyone in her life that is not in resonance with what her heart desires, with what is it that she wants to do on this existence. And she's very clear-minded about everything that she needs, and she's taking care of that. She's very individualistic. So I think that this is kind of what you need. This is why you need this like mental break, this retreat, like, but it's a retreat from your mind, which is kind of like, you know, looking for answers and charging fast and going really, really maybe almost aggressively fast towards answers and communication. And maybe what you gotta look at is ways to communicate non-violently, because I feel like the truth is on your side, right? Like, you do have the mental clarity that you need. Maybe the problem is communication. So this is a page, this is a knight, just like, and then you got a queen. Wow. So there's a growth happening, there's a maturing happening in the month of April for you, in the way of communicating your ideas and your concepts and your boundaries and your truth, you know, your inner truth. Also, maybe your throat chakra is starting to really clear out here at a fast rate. Yeah, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles with the Judgment card. So I feel like in this quest for the truth, and this quest for communicating your truth, you're growing and being more grounded, because you stand your ground, because you create the boundaries that you need to create, and you know what you want right now. You know what's happening inside. You've had the mental clarity. You've had that aha moment where I'm like, okay, so what I really need is this. Now I need to communicate it to my dear ones so they know it as well, and to create space for that into my life. And this brings you like a new era. And this is like earth energy, it's mastery of the earth energy. And then again, it's a king, and it comes from the drive of necessity. So I believe it's something that you really need into your life, and it's being granted to you. And it's coming with the Judgment card. So this is a card of drastic change, something that, a new chapter in your life, you know, completely new chapter in your life. And I think it's a chapter with prosperity, that comes with prosperity of some sort. Abundance, you know. Whatever you feel like abundance means for you, it may have to do with finances and stuff. It may have to do with simply having the abundance of love, of self-care, of just feeling that I don't need more stuff. I don't need anything else. I'm good as I am. And that's an amazing. He's very grounded, and he's like really owning it, you know. He doesn't not apologize for who he is. He's a caring father-like figure. He's a provider. He is a builder. And he's creating his home because he had gathered the resources. He has it all. He's rich, but not necessarily in the term of the finances, even though he can go that way as well. It's more about like feeling like you have the resources to build up the life that you want. And it comes with like this karmic cycle change. So I think you're clearing out this whole communication channel, and that helps you change the paradigm for your life. And there you go. Things set in motion. We have the Chariot. Chariot is a fast-moving energy as well, but it's moving forward. It's after you reconciled your opposites within yourself, right? Like you have the white Sphinx and the black Sphinx, and this is mastery of the light and mastery of the dark, and they're in balance here, and there's no conflict in this card. This person, this character, is under full control of his aspects of himself, or of the most extreme aspects, and that means self-knowledge, and that means self-acceptance, that means integration of the opposites, reconciliation of conflictual sides of ourselves. And this is how this person manages to move forward and to be very focused. This is a very focused energy, like you know what you want to do, you know where your mind, you know what's your truth here, and you're going for it. And here you have the Two of Cups, which can be a card of love. It can be a card of a beautiful relationship, balanced relationships. Maybe someone coming into your life is someone who's also already present in your life. Maybe you know what you want from relationships right now. Now that you have this like insights and grounded awareness and change, where you feel like you don't need to chase something that you lack, but you actually learn how to use your current resources because you have it all within you, right? And this is also, as I said, reconciliation of different aspects, opposite aspects of yourself. This can also be about two aspects of yourself coming together and creating like something bigger. It's almost like falling in love with oneself, you know. It can definitely go that way, but as I said, it can be someone from your outside, and it can be most of the time when everyone that comes into our lives, they come into our lives to reflect back at us aspects of ourselves. This is how we recognize them. Yeah, we are a little bit like mirroring everything. So whenever we are able to reconcile different aspects of ourselves, we are able to better understand people are outside of ourselves, and we're able to have more grounded, more balanced relationships based on mutual respect and understanding and mutual support here. And you gain a lot through this, but this is wonderful energy, by the way, Virgo. And it comes with the Justice then, and the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, by the way, the Chariot is 7, and you have 7 here as well. Sevens are challenges that we need to face in our growth process. It's like the universe is putting these little lessons in our lives in order to be able to, it's almost like, yeah, I solved the puzzle, now I can move further. So in this case, I feel like you had to defend yourself. You had to stand up for yourself. You've been maybe surrounded by not such a supportive environment, and you felt like your belief system had been threatened in a way, and the way you operate, and you had to stand up for yourself here. But with the Justice card, I think that that's finished, because justice is being done. Like, that thing can be now balanced. It can also be maybe someone in your life like Libra or something like that, but I'm not very prone to call out signs in my readings, because that can be a little bit too specific, and I prefer to go into the meaning of the cards. And Justice is a card of like divine justice. It's a karmic card of something that had been going on for a long time, could be even a lifetime or more lifetimes. It's finally coming to an end because it reaches that point of justice. You have the Judgment and the Justice in the same reading, which is like, wow, this is very powerful. So I think April for you somehow will bring drastic change in the way you communicate and in your relationships. This definitely has to do with the way you relate to yourself and the way you relate with the people outside of you. And maybe you were very justified to be this defensive, because sometimes it's really difficult to put the boundaries that we want to put, and we gotta build this protective wall in order to create a container for ourselves, to protect ourselves from people that are abusive or people that just don't really know how to respect boundaries, and these can be even friends, family, loved ones. And sometimes we can end up acting exactly in the same way without even realizing. So that's why I'm saying it's maybe opposite sides of ourselves. We all like harbor within ourselves all the different aspects and energies, and the dynamics that we find ourselves in, whether it's like I am the victim or the abuser, it's because we have both of those aspects within ourselves. And sometimes when somebody else from outside myself is trying to abuse me, it's because there's an aspect within myself that is doing the same thing, is trying to abuse another aspect within me. I hope that makes sense for someone. I'm going a little bit too far with this one, but I'm going to stop it there. I think that you've been justified to defend yourself, but it's kind of time to relax. It's time to take that mental break, because justice is being sort of served. It doesn't necessarily mean that anyone will be punished, or it's just that karmic dynamics can finally end, because there was the communication that needed to happen, then there was the change that needed to happen, the insights, and you're going into that place of the Queen of Swords, where she owns her throne, she owns her space, she owns her ideas, and she can easily communicate them, and she can take care of her own needs. Yeah, let's put out some clarifiers though. I'd like to clarify the Seven of Wands with the Justice card. What is this about? What is this Justice about? You see, with the Seven of Swords, you have this these ones here that still have like this leaves on them, and that symbolizes growth. And the one that you're holding to defend yourself, it also has leaves on it. So I think there's growth on both sides of this conflict, and whoever it is here that you're fencing yourself up against, or that is attacking you, because I don't really know if this one's like coming at you to attack you, or if these are the defenses that you put there in order to protect yourself. But I think like this does not come from a place of like conflict that's been necessarily abusive and hurting. It's more something that needed to happen in order for you to really grow, and for the other people in your life that are part of these dynamics to grow. That's why it kind of comes with the Justice, because Justice is marking that, okay, we're done here, we've done the work. Now it's time to grow. Okay, Justice and 7. Okay, there you go. 6 of Wands. The same ones that were maybe like, you know, feel like fencing you up here and putting you in a corner are now praising you, and you're victorious. You're coming out victorious with this, from this whatever dynamics of a conflict might have been. You're coming out victorious, and you're getting the recognition for this. And it's a card of growth. It's a card of like, okay, I've done the work, I've done the growing. See, there's more growing coming through, and you got the laurels here, and you got the support that you need. There's no more need to fence up here, because this may be done with people in your life that are really dear to you. So it kind of shows that you can go to the next level now. And here we have the 8 of Pentacles. So that shows like growth in the physical world, you know. I mean, like you've been putting up the work, and you've reached like it's near mastery. You're becoming a master of your craft. Whatever that craft is, it doesn't necessarily have to do with your career, but it can. It's more about like, what is it that you've been putting a lot of work into in your 3D life, in your daily life. It's starting to pay off, and It's someone who's got a lot of patience, and this is definitely you, Virgo. Like, you are patient, and you like doing this chores that keep you in a meditative state almost, working with your hands, working with putting things in order. um, Tasks that you go for diligently, and you're building up. You're really building up here, and you enjoy doing this. So I think this whole, like, the end of this conflictual dynamics, because it comes with this whole justice and the reconciliation with different aspects of ourselves and then with other people, leads to real life growth in whatever it is that interests you and that you love. I see the Knight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So I think that brings you also, like, emotional maturity and emotional balance. Alright, I hope this makes sense to you, Virgo. What I see here is really, really beautiful. It's a beautiful process. Just check out your communication and allow your mind to rest a little bit. Allow yourself to go into this small, like, retreat. This is not like the Hangman, where you have to really retreat for a long time and really kind of like get into that space of waiting. This is a short time retreat, and it's just in order for your mind to kind of relax a little bit and be able to arrange the insights and the information that you've gathered. Here maybe you can charge so fast, but maybe you're still lacking a little bit of information. Maybe you haven't processed everything. But there you go. You're doing it. You're definitely doing it. And even if you go like this, just like completely with a very sharp communication, you're definitely going to learn from it. And growth will happen. Beautiful. Well, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you here on my channel next time. Thank you.